everybody.
Yep.
I'm Dave.
I'm Amanda.
And welcome to Sofa Spouses.
And this
is a special episode. We're doing
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill. We're reviewing.
Finally
reviewing King of the Hill.
Season 14.
We finally got around to starting to watch the new seasons, and we're happy.
Yes, we're happy that it was actually good,
mm-hmm.
and everything.
Yep. we laughed our socks off over the first 3 episodes, which we're going to review the first 3 episodes. We've only watched the first 3 episodes, but we're gonna kind of come back and do more reviews. And as you guys probably can tell, we're not drinking beer because we're for if you haven't guessed already, we're Mormons, so we don't drink beer, but we have cans and we have liquid.
Yes, but we're not. This is just for the first episode. This is a
fun little thing.
This is a suggestion of Carrie, my Texas friend.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Texas, Oklahoma, Belize, Mexico, St. Louis, Branson, Kansas City.
Yeah. She said if we were going to do it that we had to have cans of something.
Yes. But she's very much a Texas girl at heart.
This show is hilarious. It's always been hilarious.
Yes.
She introduced it to me. I think it's pretty funny.
No, you said you watched it before.
I've seen some episodes back in the day, some clips and stuff. I never really sat down to watch it because I always kind of.
But he likes it.
I rolled it in with the same crowd as the same crowd as The Simpsons and Family Guy and stuff like that, and so I never really bothered to try to watch any of it. But she showed it to me. And it's hilarious. I love it. It's so funny.
Yes,
it's
so fun. I have to admit, I need to get more into The Simpsons. I was not really allowed to watch The Simpsons when I was younger.
I never really had. I've watched more of The Simpsons as an adult than I ever did as a kid.
Mm-hmm. So I need to get more into. I do enjoy The Simpsons. Even though I wasn't really allowed to watch them. I'm a kid of the '90s, so I still enjoyed them. And I will say, even though I haven't watched every single episode or the movie or every single thing, when The Simpsons does go, it'll be a sad day in history because they have definitely made history.
Yeah, the world will do a collective
don't. Yeah. But I was also not allowed to watch Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Which was which is the same, created by the same person as who does King of the Hill. Ironically, Hank is in an episode, but he's not Hank.
Yeah.
I don't even know if for those who know the history, I think he had a name, but I know it wasn't Hank. He either had a name or he didn't have a name, but I think, and it's funny to see because, but I've always liked King of the Hill. I'm not much into Family Guy.
I've only seen clips of Family. I like the
there
Star
are
Wars
some
parodies.
Things.
I like the Star Wars parodies.
My favorite is Mom. Mommy. But anyway, before we get, but I have always liked King of the Hill.
King of the Hill is definitely one of the.
It's cleaner than some of them.
It's a lot cleaner than a lot of the other ones.
Even though there's definitely
adult humor.
I was kind of sad in the newer
seasons
they were bleeping out the F word.
Yeah.
I was kind of sad about that, but times have changed.
Mm-hmm.
And was it Peggy that said the first one? I think it might have been.
I think it was.
Yeah, Peggy Hill saying the F word. That was surprising for me.
Yeah.
But Peggy has not changed.
Nope, Peggy hasn't changed.
She is a 5.
She's a 5,
Or
and
think she's
or
5?
she thinks she's a 5, and she's constantly trying to exercise her bilingually. Thinking
Saudi
Saudi
Arabia.
Arabia.
I'm saying it more right than she is because I can't bring myself to
I
say
can't,
the way she says
do it.
it.
You can't do it either. It's so bad.
But just him in Saudi Arabia is kind of interesting.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. Yeah.
But he's working for a company.
Yeah.
They're doing propane, and they have this American like compound looking thing.
Yeah,
And
I thought that was pretty funny. It was hilarious.
I wouldn't be
they live in
surprised
Saudi
if
Arabia, but they live in a compound that's like
if
emulating
I wouldn't be surprised
America.
if they really do that for people, though. Maybe
I wouldn't be surprised
Saudi
either.
Arabia
But
supposedly has a lot of money.
yeah, it does. But oh my gosh, this show is so funny. Oh my gosh, they're making fun of so many different things that happened in the past like 10 years. They're making fun of so many things that happened in the past 10 years.
The pandemic,
the rise in technology, the change in America.
Just different things.
It was so funny.
And just the fact that they rolled it.
They rolled it
and just went with it, and they haven't missed a beat.
Yeah, they haven't missed a beat.
They
moment sound exactly the same.
It almost starts. They have Peggy Hill going, "He has the narrow urethra."
It was the very first scene. The very first scene.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know if they were going to run with that joke again because they did it quite a few times in the old show, but it was great just to hear that again. And then
that's so funny.
I thought it was his diet, but he's been eating hummus and whatever, and he's still.
That's hilarious.
But it's they haven't missed a beat, like just for the moment, and Bobby comes on, and you're just glad to see him.
Yeah.
I will say one thing:
the one character that has changed the most is definitely Bobby,
because they actually let him grow up, and that's
thing
I have never.
They let him grow up.
Now, I don't want Simpsons fans to get mad, but that's one thing I've never understood about The Simpsons.
Yeah, the characters never grew. Or got older, or anything like that. They
have certain episodes where they
show episodes where they do like a time jump where they show them older in a different time period, but they like make fun of it being in the future or something like that. But then they always go back to being kids again.
It was great seeing Bobby older. Like, I didn't need him to be 10 again.
We don't need him to be 10 because we were 10 when we were. He was.
And The Simpsons, it works a little better that way, but if you had tried to keep Bobby, it wouldn't have
worked.
And it's just great, I was like, Bobby, we missed you. It was just fun to see him all growing up. And
there's so many different fun things. I loved what's his name stuck in the house. Bill's stuck in his house ever since the pandemic. Just
Bill, like the underlying depression
became a
recluse.
A recluse staying in his house.
Did you know that when you finish Netflix, they send you a wellness check?
They send something. They gift you something called a wellness check.
I don't know how anyone would even do that, but I have to say, if anybody could do that, it would be Bill. Because there's a lot of underlying depression stuff and things with Bill, but like I said, it is an adult cartoon, but it's just fun, and he's missed Hank, and I've always liked Bill. I've always had a soft spot for him, and Dale hasn't missed a beat, and it's sad that I think these first couple episodes are the original actor, because I think he did have a few episodes done before he unfortunately passed away.
Yeah,
but I guess the new guy, doesn't even matter. He just picks up and does it.
Picked up right where he left,
does it great. And I forget how funny Dale is. We find I was wondering when you're gonna get around to me, and he's a trash can, and him and Joseph are now in it together. It's just hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. And they still, the one thing I wasn't sure if they were gonna change, because is the fact that Jill seems to still be oblivious to the affair between his wife and John Redcorn.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still making him oblivious, which I think is kind of funny.
Oblivious to the fact that his
Especially
son,
in the internet age where you can
do
really figure it out.
Really figure it out. He's
in
oblivious to the
stuff.
fact that his son is definitely not
Yeah.
his.
But the fact that they make, it shows what a good guy Dale is, honestly, because he may be conspiratory. It's sad and good at the same time. It's good because he's conspiratory about everything else but his wife. Because he loves her and he trusts her, and that's what makes the affair sad. Either that or he does know and he's playing everybody just to... I think that's a theory I've heard too, which I kind of believe a little bit. But I also believe that because some of the people who get caught up in conspiracy theories, especially like he does, they are so caught up in that and what they do that they are kind of oblivious to other things.
They literally are the definition of can't see the forest for the trees.
Can't see what's in front of them. But now even Joseph is like, hey, John Redcorn. And they're talking about affairs, and some people are really, some people really are shameful about their affairs or something like that. They don't hide it or something.
Yeah.
And it's sweet to see that even
after all this time,
it's still and Joseph even now.
Yeah.
But I always kind of like Joseph, and now it's kind of sad because the actor who plays John Redcorn died, and he kind of died. He got.
For him,
yeah,
hearing that he got
sad.
shot, that was
trying to help someone. I think something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this was definitely hilarious. I loved. We watched the 3 first episodes, so we got to watch. The first episode was all about how America's changed.
Yeah.
how they came back home and everything was different.
And
which if anybody has ever gone and visited an old hometown where they used to be, and they come back years and years later, and they're like, wow, it's so different. This is what it's like, and it was hilarious.
And it must be even more weird when it's a country.
When you're coming back to
you can follow news.
You can follow news, but unless you're actually like living in it the whole time,
when you come back,
you can actually have a culture shock coming back to your own culture.
Yeah. And Hank is definitely having one a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. But at the end of the episode, he's able to kind of find that America again.
Mm-hmm.
It's there. It's just buried under a whole bunch of different.
Yeah.
But then the second episode is a beer brewing contest between him and Bobby, which was pretty funny.
Yes.
And I predicted it. Neither one of them won.
No, neither one of them.
Granted, they both pulled out because they realized that they were starting
time of being apart,
they never realized that they needed to be together or something like that. So
I do like Bobby being a chef, because they do show, and I think I said this in when we reviewed the trailers for it. I do like Bobby being a chef because he did cook a lot, and they showed him cooking, and Hank not really liking it and helping his mom and doing stuff. But I always liked that he wanted to be a comedian, and I'm kind of sad they didn't go
Yeah,
with that.
didn't go with
Because
that.
it was kind of just a fun thing about him that he really wanted to be.
Right.
But it shows how you change as you get older.
Yeah.
You know.
You do. You change. You don't know what you're going to do when you grow up.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be a movie producer, or I was going to be some kind of game developer, or some kind of crazy doing this or doing that. Heck, when I was a really little kid, I thought I was going to be an astronaut, but
Yeah. I think if his eyes were better,
yeah,
he
my
would
eyes were
be,
better, I probably would be, but that dream did not fulfill. But I mean, I never thought I'd be a sign guy.
Yeah, and I never thought I'd be doing what I mean, I kind of did, but not, exactly what I'm doing right now.
But I mean, we don't know what we're going to end up doing when we're young. So it's kind of fun to see a character.
And it fits him very well.
It's fun to see a character that we saw grow up, go into a field that we didn't really expect him to do.
I wouldn't say expect. Like, there were hints of it.
Yeah, there are hints of it.
There were definitely hints that he really liked to cook.
It definitely wasn't the thing that we expected. So, but yeah.
But he and it fits him well, and I like it. It does. It fits him very well, I think.
It does fit him well. And I like the fact that they made him so that he's actually the restaurant owner or whatnot, head chef or whatnot. Yeah. So he's he's not just some guy that's operating, or some guy that's working there.
And they make a good point, and I think it's good to see, because I will admit I never saw Bobby going to college, and I like that they didn't have him do it.
Yeah.
He never seemed the type that would have been at a four-year university.
No, he would not have been the college type.
And and they have this thing where they have a conversation and with some college kids, and they actually kind of respect him for doing what he's doing and being 21, and I think it's good to show kids, yes, college is great. I enjoyed college. Yep. I worked hard to get to college.
I'm happy to actually have a diploma now.
But it's not for everyone.
It isn't. It's not for everybody. There's so many different things that you can do. There's a lot of different places that you can go, things that you can do without having to go to college. And I think
it's good that they're showing, some of the younger people who may have gotten into it because, King of the Hill because their parents watched it, or people who watched it growing up but are now in that same stage of life. Technically, Bobby, if you go by the math of what his birthday is, he's supposed to be my age.
Yeah, he's more your age than... he's making him 21 for some reason.
But... Well, because you don't want to make him...
You don't want to make him too old, no.
Yeah, I think 21 is perfect. Even though... And it's a cartoon. You don't have...
You don't
They're
have to
doing
worry
the
about
best
it.
they
They're doing the best they
can with it. And I think it fits it well. And I think him being 40 would have been
a
little weird, even though technically that's what he would be. He'd be turning 41.
Yeah. But at the same time, though, that would make Hank 80.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how old Hank is actually supposed to be in the show.
So, but
yeah, maybe.
So I think them making him 21 makes sense.
I think it'd be closer to his dad's age.
Because he would be more...
I don't think he'd be quite 80.
Probably be more closer to my dad's current age.
Yeah.
Than 80 or whatnot. But...
Yeah.
So if you take that and then you consider that, he's probably maybe 20 years older than 20 or 30 years older than his son, because based on the original show, they probably had Bobby when he was in his late 30s.
That's what my mom was when she had me. So he's at 85. baby.
So it would make sense
to be an 85 baby.
that he would be about my dad's age in the show, because he would Bobby
your
would
dads
be
are my mom's.
Bobby would be more like my youngest sister's age.
Mm-hmm.
So who she's not 21 anymore, but she's, you know, I think she's closer to 20.
But if you look up his birth date online,
like that,
it is something
1985. Yeah, so it's
I forget. I think it's the same month as me.
Yeah.
I think he's the 11th.
Yeah.
I think he's supposed to be like the same as Ginny Weasley's August 11th. Is it Ginny Weasley? Yeah, I think it is Ginny Weasley. That's August 11th. But
so it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But it just shows that these shows are written and made for the current era, the current time that the show comes out. It's
and
not
I think
a
21
continuous
fits
parallel universe or anything like that.
You see him. I think 21 just fits better. You can do more with him than if he's 41, 42.
Yeah, it fits better. So.
Not that you can't do a lot at that age. I'm just saying, like, in a cartoon, expect to... But King of the Hill does a good job of making every character, even if they're older. Right. Mm-hmm. So I think they could have done it and done it well if they really wanted to go by when technically it would be. But I think it just fits it better and it's just more fun.
Right. Yeah.
To see him. Because we never really got to see him have any romance. Like high school romance, you know. Yes, he had a crush on Connie and he was his they were boyfriend and girlfriend technically. Yeah.
And we do get a scene with Connie, which is kind of fun.
Unfortunately, it seems like they're not friends.
They're not
anymore,
really friends anymore, which
sad.
It is kind of sad
because they were really good friends. But that happens also. Does happen.
That happens all the time. Like
Boomhauer's got a son.
Boomhauer has a son, and his son doesn't even understand him half the time. His son doesn't even understand him half the time. This is pretty funny.
Why has he still got a mask on?
Why has he still got a mask on?
Well, it's sad, man. It's sad, man. His anxiety messed up, man. And Dale got elected on an anti-mask thing.
For 3 minutes.
36 hours.
36 hours.
When I realized it was a scam, man.
When they realized it was a scam.
Oh my gosh. And then they go to the George Bush Museum, and it's so funny.
Oh, that is so funny. Oh my gosh.
Our library, presidential library, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Which I would actually like to go to. I enjoy presidential libraries.
I've never really actually been to one before, but
I need to take you to Reagan's whenever we get to California.
Oh yeah,
that's one thing we would have done if we were going to Celebration. Yeah, it's actually really good. But that's actually one thing we might have done if we would have gotten to go see Celebration, because it's not that far from there, really.
So, but yeah. So the last episode, which they go and visit the presidential library, is pretty funny because it's all about Bobby having to come to grips.
He has a Japanese restaurant.
German
fusion.
Food.
It's very Texas German immigrants.
Very interesting. A very interesting combination.
True to the times, a lot of fusion stuff is going on now.
There's a lot of fusion stuff going on right now because people.
And some of it actually sounds really interesting.
You know.
Yeah.
But Bobby puts some pretty interesting flares on his food.
Yeah, but he's good. He makes it good. He's doing the research.
Does the research.
His dad taught him good work ethic. He's doing the research. He wants to do the right thing, even though it's not propane.
Yeah, even though it's not propane.
Yeah.
But it's pretty funny because he ends up running out of coal. Or charcoal, and he has to go very specific charcoal
to get that specific flavor. Get the specific flavor, making.
And he has to go all over town trying to find a new supplier because the supplier stopped selling it to him or something like that.
They went out of
and
business.
or they went out of business, and so he has to try to find somebody new, and ends up, of course, sticking his foot in his mouth a couple
Well,
times.
Chang Yasana song stuck his foot in his mouth more than he did in that one.
Yeah, but it was pretty funny.
No,
So
it's just great. It doesn't feel like they're trying to reboot it or bring it back, but they just wrote it, and it paid off. They're getting 2 more seasons.
yep, we're getting 2 more seasons, and they have another season that we haven't even seen yet.
Yeah,
So
I think
yeah.
I think it's 2, 16, and I think 17.
So a total of 4 seasons, 4 new seasons in the
So
new
they
era.
did it right.
So yeah, they did it right. They're doing it good.
And you know what? I think it proves that when they took their time with it. It was announced long ago before they finally, it was rumored, and then I think eventually it was confirmed, and then even by the time, granted there were a lot of things going on.
Mm-hmm.
I think the writer's strike probably delayed it a little bit. Though I think I heard the rumor before the pandemic, because I know the creator said he had kind of wanted to bring it back because of everything that was going on with Trump and everything that was, but he has not been mentioned yet.
Yeah,
not yet. Anyway,
eventually, I imagine.
I imagine he will be, but maybe not. I don't know.
I'm curious to see how Dale deals with that.
But I don't know. They weren't much about politics.
Yeah, they weren't really much about current
so they might
politics.
mention.
They'll make fun of past politics all they want, but
they'll make fun of current stuff.
They'll make fun of current stuff
just
too.
Won't name the current.
Yeah, they won't name it directly.
Yeah, so I don't know if we'll get some of that or not. I mean, of course, they had to do the pandemic.
Oh yeah, there was no way they weren't touching the pandemic.
Pandemic is what someone calls it. There was no way they were not gonna comment on that.
No, yeah,
I guarantee.
I mean, you have a world event that large happen. There's no way you're not making fun of it.
Yeah, so it's just,
you can order anything on the internet now.
And have it delivered to the port.
Come visit me through the wall hole.
The wall. Bill is so hilarious. Sad, but hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
It was fun to see that they really didn't miss a beat, and they really took their time, and they didn't just do it to do it. And,
yeah, exactly.
And really wrote something good, because I think it just brings back, yes, there's a nostalgia of it, but it's also, I just think it brings back that, that sense of, that everybody, and they're not, what I like about King of the Hill is, yes, it's supposed, conservative Arlen, Texas, quote unquote, if you want to do that, America and all that. But, I mean, my shirt even, it says America, I tell you what. He always says, I tell you what. But, and I think that it just brings, the one thing I liked about King of the Hills, even though it kind of did that, it also, still made everybody feel included, There's an episode that deals with trans people before it was even a
major thing.
Well, it
still was a major thing, but
it
wasn't being covered as much.
Yeah, it wasn't before that those things were being talked about as openly as much, and it's actually a really funny episode, because it's kind of an episode about inclusion, because Peggy has big feet and she can't find things, and she goes to the store this store, or is recommended to find it, and she loves it, you know. And of course, she's a little bit, you know, ashamed of it, just because she's always been kind of ashamed of that. But then, you know, the person there's like, "You're beautiful," you know, and they make her feel good and confident, you know. And that was before even that was in the culture of guys too, as much, you know what I mean? And when they talked about, you know.
Right.
And so, you know, it's, I think it's always been welcoming to all. And I like that we have a new guy in the alley. And Peggy gets a scene in the alley, which I love.
That was pretty funny.
I love it. Peggy is retired and she does what she wants. And I'm like, yes, I'm in. I gave him a high five to that one. And I know a lot of opinions have changed about Peggy over the recent years, but she's still just funny. Yes, she's kind of a narcissist. Yes, she's kind of a pick-me and whatever you want to really say, you know. But I wouldn't necessarily... Narcissist might be a little too strong. But you know what I mean? But, well, no. She definitely kind of thinks she's it. I don't know. But more of a pick-me. And a look at... Oh, what am I trying to say? One little newer slang term I actually kind of like. What am I trying to say? Not pick me. Main character syndrome. Main character. She's more. I would say she's more main character.
Main character energy.
Main character energy than narcissist. But but you know, like I said, narcissist might be a little bit too strong.
Yeah.
But but she's still just so funny because she's got confidence out her wazoo, but she thinks it so much she doesn't really concentrate. Like the whole, oh, I speak Saudi and I speak this and I paused it and I looked and I said, well, if it's anything like her Spanish, it was probably awful. When they have this one scene where she's haggling and the guy is mad.
The guy is mad. She probably said something terrible.
And she is kind of...
Like, I will murder you in your sleep.
And one of the best... If you... In the old ones, one of the best episodes when she takes the students down to Mexico for
I remember that. Yes. Accidentally takes somebody home with her.
Yes. Oh, it's hilarious. And you respect her for, you know, she's a stay-at-home mom, but she definitely, she loves Bobby and she loves Hank, and she's a stay-at-home mom, and you respect her as a woman because she doesn't let that just be who she is. She does whatever she wants to do, and that's cool.
Yep.
But, you know, it's just funny to just see her, you know, well, I'm a 5, and then Hank's...
I'm a 5.
I've always been a 5.
I've always been told I'm a 5.
And Hanks was like, I'm going to give you, to the Uber driver, I'm going to give you a 4. So you have something to work towards. And then he gives him like a 2 rating and he doesn't even get it. I really hope they don't rate you too much unless you're really bad. I have not done Uber. I've done rideshare, but because I don't drive, but I've not done Uber. I really hope they don't rate you like that unless they do see you do something really bad.
But anyway, guys, this was fun, and we definitely look forward to doing the next couple episodes. I'm looking forward to finishing it. So
we're doing this. If you don't remember, we're doing this to practice for Harry Potter.
Yep.
So
Harry Potter.
Because we tried to do this, and then we kind of
we always start doing reviews for a show, and then we end up forgetting about it, and then we don't do it,
and then by the time we finish the show, it's too late or whatever.
But we're gonna try to be better at this.
Yeah, so we're getting practice. So by December, so give us your feedback, give us your comments, like, subscribe. You know,
tell us what you guys like, what you don't like.
Are you fans of King of the Hill?
Yeah, are you guys fans of King of the Hill?
Who's your favorite character?
Yeah, who's your favorite character? Let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.